This is strange. This is strange. This is strange.
Everywhere you turn, it's the same old sports talk, the same headlines, the same news, and the same boring information. This podcast is here to change all of that. We bring you hot sports takes, winning sports betting strategy and picks, reliable gaming industry news, and breaking interviews with some of the biggest names in sports business. My name is Ryan Newpel, and welcome to the Noop Sports Show.
Hi, I'm Rodney Newpel from NoopSports.com. That's KNUPSports.com, and this is your NFL Week 1 podcast at Noop Sports. All right, I'm doing this by myself today as a few of the other guys are in the midst of traveling and other things going on as they are getting ready for the National Football League as well. They'll have their picks out for you as the weekend continues to get closer and closer. But just kind of wanted to run through some national football games and give some of my thoughts here. We would like to know your thoughts at the end of this. First of all, the game between the Buccaneers and the Dolphins has been postponed. They will not play, and they're not going to play in Week 11 due to Hurricane Irma that is expected to just smash the state of Florida. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but that game will not be played. So fantasy-wise, season-long daily fantasy do not play Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, Jaquiz Rodgers, Jay Cutler, Jarvis Landry, Jay Ajayi, anybody in Tampa Bay, anybody in Miami. Keep away from those guys. They will not play in Week 1. Kind of a big disadvantage as the season gets started. All right, let's move on to the games that will be played. And we'll start with the Thursday night game between Kansas City and New England. Opened up as a 7-point spread. 50 points was the total. It is now New England -9. That seems like a lot. It's an awful lot for me. I like Kansas City. I like Kareem Hunt going to be their running back there. I don't think he has a great game, but I think he does enough to keep Kansas City close. Kansas City is a team that usually always keeps games close. 53% of the betting world is predicting Kansas City to cover that 9-point spread. Man, you've got to think they can cover that 9-point spread. Now, they are playing against the champs. These two teams played last year, and New England won 27-20 back in January of 2016. So, does that tell us a whole lot? No. I mean, it's been 18 months. It's been almost 20 months since that game. But gotta like Kansas City to cover this game. Keep it close. I'll take Kansas City +9. Jets and Buffalo. Then we're gonna start Sunday with two of the worst teams in the National Football League, both out of the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills opened as a 6-point favorite. They are now a 9-point favorite, and I'm not sure the Buffalo Bills could beat my high school team. It opened up at 42.5, now down to 40. So they're, Vegas is looking at something like 24-14 as the final score here. Boy, I think the Jets got to cover this one. +9, I think they've got to cover this one. Now, I probably would side towards the under, go something like 2017. But I think they keep this close. I don't think Buffalo runs away with this. Buffalo's got a ton of question marks on their team. Who's actually going to start at quarterback? Is it even going to be Tyrod Taylor? 54% of the country agree with me that the Jets. I'll take the Jets +9. Falcons at Bears. The Bears opened up as a 6.5-point underdog, now up to 7. The total was 50.5, now down to 49. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Devonta Freeman, and company, defending NFC champions, went to the Super Bowl last year. Look for a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, as I think the Bears cover this game. I think Mike Glennon, or wherever it's going to be Mike Glennon, unless he gets hurt, and it's Mitchell Trubisky. Jeremy Howard, I think Jordan Howard, will have a big game for the Bears. I think the Bears keep this close. I think the Bears don't realize how bad they are yet. I think they keep it close. Bears +7. Only 25% of the country siding with me. Many are thinking the Falcons are going to win this game. I think they'll win, but I think the Bears will cover. I'll take Chicago +7 and join the 25% taking the Bears. Baltimore at Cincinnati. This one to me is the Cincinnati Bengals. 67% of the country agrees with me. The total is 42.5. Got to take the over in this one. Look at something like 27-20. Even 24-20 would be all right. Would cover what I think is going to happen. Cincinnati -3 and the over 42.5. I'll go Bengals. I'll go over here. Next one, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Another battle of divisional teams out of the AFC North. Started at Cleveland +9.5, down to +9 right now, and opened at 47.5. It's at 47 now. We heard the narrative about Ben Roethlisberger on the road. He has struggled big time on the road. I think Cleveland is going to be a little bit better this year. How much better? Not much better. They're going to be a little bit better. But I think they're like the Bears. They don't quite realize how bad they are. And a lot of times you see first weeks, you see teams compete. You think maybe there's a sliver of hope. Remember last year, 27-24. Or no, that was the last game of the year, 27-24, the last time these two teams met. So should be interesting. 27-24 back on New Year's Day of 2017. Kept it close then. I think they'll keep it close again. I like the Browns to cover this one. I'm going with the side of underdogs here. I'll take Cleveland +9, join 38% of the country. Arizona's at Detroit. Like Detroit to win this game. They opened as a 2.5-point favorite. They are now a 2-point underdog. Take the Lions. Arizona's old. Arizona, I think, is going to have problems all year long. If Detroit can stop David Johnson, which is difficult, easier said than done, but I'll take the Lions at home to cover the spread here. Next one is Jacksonville at Houston. I want to like Jacksonville, but I can't. Got to side with the 68% that likes the Houston Texans here. -5.5. The total's 39.5. I think you got to go over here. Something like 27-20 would be just fine. 24-20 wouldn't cover the spread, but would go over. 27-21, somewhere around there. Oh gosh, this is going over. 39.5 is low. I know these two offenses aren't very good. It's week 1. Go over 39.5 and take Houston -5.5. Oakland at Tennessee. Tennessee opened as a 1.5-point underdog. They are now a 2.5-point favorite. I like the Titans. I like Marcus Mariota. 37% of the country like the Titans. I'll join them. The over-unders actually went down a little bit. It went from 52 to open to 50.5. Now, stay away from that one if it's me, but I'll take the Tennessee Titans in this game. Philadelphia is at Washington, and I just can't figure out this spread. Why is Washington an underdog at home? Odd to me. I'll take the Redskins. I have not seen anything out of Philadelphia last year or in the preseason this year that's screaming at me, oh my gosh, this team's going to win a game in the division on the road. No, Washington wins this game. I'll take the Redskins money line as they are just a small underdog. One of the largest betting popular teams this week is the Los Angeles Rams. Remember, they started week 1 at home against the Colts as a 3-point underdog. Total was 47.5. Huge line movements dropped it down to 41.5, and the Rams are actually a 3.5-point favorite. We know why. It's because of no Andrew Luck. No Andrew Luck. It's going to be Scott Tolzien for the Indianapolis Colts. Scott Tolzien against Jared Goff. What a matchup there. 3.5-point spread. It's a little dangerous because the Rams, the old Rams at least, haven't blown people out in the past. I think you still side with the Rams, although this game's going to stay close. 41.5, stay away from. No idea how many points are going to be scored because Indianapolis defense not very good. Rams defense missing a few key guys. But we'll take the Rams -3.5. The total is a little scary. I would lean over because I think that's a low number. But Scott Tolzien against Jared Goff. We'll leave it at that. Seattle's at Green Bay in what could be considered the best game of week 1. Green Bay is a 3-point favorite. The total is 51. That's a lot of points, especially against a Seattle team that can really defend. Something like 28-20 would not do it. 28-24 would do it. Would cover the spread as well. Not going to take the total, but take the Packers to cover this game at home. I like Green Bay here. One of my favorite games is Carolina at San Francisco. I really like the Panthers this year. And they're a 5.5-point favorite. They opened as a 4-point favorite. Total stayed at 48. I think Cam Newton and company put in the 30s on this game. So even if you went something like 34-17, you're going to go over. I think Carolina wins this easily. I take the over as well because I like Carolina's offense in this game. There are 3 more games on the slate, starting with a Sunday night game between the Giants and the Cowboys. Remember, the Giants beat the Cowboys twice last year in the regular season. Beat them twice in the regular season. Giants are a 4-point underdog. I like Dallas this time. I think the Cowboys figure out that they're going to have to play a little bit better against their divisional rivals. I think week 1 makes a big difference for them. Ezekiel Elliott is supposed to be playing. Supposed to be. We'll just use supposed to be playing. 4-point favorites. I like Dallas to cover this game at home. Second to last game, and it is the first Monday night game of the year. There's 2 Monday night games during week 1. New Orleans at Minnesota. 3.5-point favorites are the Vikings, and it's 48 points spread for total. I think the Saints cover this game. I think the Saints have been pretty good against the spread on the road recently over the last couple years. Sean Payton's found a way to at least keep it close on the road. It's still Drew Brees. Drew Brees against Sam Bradford. Drew Brees is a favorite there if it's at home by far, but it's on the road. I still think New Orleans covers that 3.5-point spread. I'll take the underdog, New Orleans Saints, on the road. Last game is the Chargers at the Broncos. Broncos are a 3.5-point favorite, and the total is 43.5. Phillip Rivers for the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. Oh boy, here we go. The Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see how they do. They're at the Denver Broncos. It's 3.5-point favorite for Denver. 43.5 is the total. I think the Broncos win this game at home. Could be a slugfest. Could be close. 3.5 points is kind of scary, but I'll go something like 27-21. And the Broncos find a way to win this game. All right, so that covers all of the games. A few things going on here at noobsports.com. We do have our NFL panel poll up where a group of voters put in their polls. We've accumulated it, and now we've got the Noob Sports Week 1 NFL panel poll. Looking forward to that each week, so you can go to noobsports.com, find that. We're also starting to put together all of our bets, all three of us here, and they may be a little bit different. That's okay. Rodney might like somebody, Tom might like somebody else, and Ryan may be in between. So we are putting that up there for you to take a look at. It's kind of who we like each week. Just because we've got somebody up on Tuesday doesn't mean we're making that pick on Sunday. It's who we like at that point. Things change throughout the week, so keep your eyes and your eyes open for that one, as that will be updated throughout the week. You can also do the same thing for college football. All right, that's a quick one. Just kind of want to run through the games, run through my picks. Hoping to hear from you. Would love to hear from you. Noobsports@gmail.com if you have some questions, if you have comments on the games. You can also tweet us at Noobsports. Our Noob Sports account, 1 year old. Thank you to all you loyal listeners, all you loyal followers for paying attention, for following along with us, for interacting with us, and keeping us alive and kicking as we go through our second year. National Football League getting started. Looking forward to it. I'm Rodney Newpel from noobsports.com. Again, that's knupsports.com. So long for just a while. We'll talk to everybody week 2 of the National Football League next week. Have fun. Stay safe out there. See everybody later.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Noob Sports Show. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider subscribing to our iTunes channel today. Plus, visit us at noobsports.com for more picks, previews, strategy, and news. That's knupsports.com.